Hey friends, it's your boy Daryl, and we are doing something really different today because today I'm gonna take the enneagram personality test. So this test is pretty similar to the MBTI 16 personality test. So the difference between the enneagram test and the MBTI test is that the enneagram test is based on how you deal with trauma, whereas the MBTI assesses how you judge and perceive the world. So I got this idea from a YouTube video, which I can't really remember who it was from, but I mean, it is really interesting, and your boy is like literally so freaking bored during this quarantine, so I figured, why not? So unlike the Myers-Briggs test, which has like 16 different personalities, this enneagram test has like 9 different kinds of like types. So the first one over here is the reformer, and then the second one is the helper, and we have the achiever, the individualist, the investigator, the loyalist, the enthusiast, the enthusiast. I don't know why I have so much trouble pronouncing this thing. The enthusiast. Oh my gosh. Enthusiast. Whatever, man. The challenger, and lastly, the peacemaker. Enthusiast. So before I start this test, you guys should try guessing like which type I'm gonna get, because looking at the list over here, I think I'm probably gonna get like the peacemaker, like similar to the Myers-Briggs personality test that I've taken, which I've gotten the INFP. So it is pretty similar to the peacemaker over here. So anyways, I don't want to hold you guys back, so without further ado, let's take this freaking test and find out. Let's do it. Enneagram test. Okay. So this test is basically free for you all to just take it. And the time it takes to complete the test is roughly like 10 minutes. So before I start this test, just want to bring this thing over here a little bit to increase the aesthetic, because my background seems a little plain. So this floral aesthetic over here, I guess, will kind of brighten the background. So okay, let's do it. So number 1, I strive for perfection. This is like 150% true, so I'ma just put it as accurate. I work hard to be helpful to others. Well, I mean, I'm the kind of person that can be a really good team player, but honestly, if I was given a choice, I honestly would choose to work alone. Like, you know, go solo, baby. I work hard to be helpful to others? Probably not. So I'm not gonna go with totally inaccurate, because I'm honestly a pretty good team player. So yeah, it is important to me that other people like me. Man, this is really tough. I mean, which human being with the right mind would like to be hated, right? It is important to me that other people like me. Like, duh, obviously. So I honestly don't give a damn if like there's someone that's really hating on me. Haters gonna hate, you know, because in this world where we are living in, it is really materialistic. So you just gotta accept it and move on. That's the way to winning in life. It is important to me to achieve great things. So I'm the kind of person with a really big goal that I want to achieve. It is important for me to achieve great things. I'm gonna go with 100%, but sometimes, you know, when you want to achieve something that is really big, you know, you gotta start small and slowly but gradually, you know, kind of build it up, and then all the small pieces of goals that you accomplish will slowly build up into the main big goal that you want to achieve. So 100%. I make more significant contributions than the average person. Probably not. Like, I honestly don't know what to say to this. I honestly don't contribute much to society, like, so I'm just gonna go with inaccurate. Okay, probably not inaccurate, but slightly inaccurate. I feel my emotions very deeply. Oh my gosh, this is like 150%. So these days I've really been watching my emotions because this quarantine thing is really messing around with like my mood, I should say. At times when things don't go the way that I want it to, then I'll literally be really disappointed, and I'm fully aware at how disappointed or sad that I'm feeling, but you know, I'm the kind of person that can't really control my emotions well, I should say. So this is 150% accurate, but you know, your boy is working on it, and hopefully one day I'm able to remain calm, because man, my emotions is literally like a volcano. It will erupt like literally anytime. So your boy is doing his best to control his emotions. So yeah, I have a sense that other people will never truly understand me. Man, this is pretty tough as well. So the way this question is being phrased is really specific. Like, the word truly over here really changes the whole perspective of this. So I think I have a pretty decent circle of friends and a really loving and caring family. But to truly understand someone is something that is pretty difficult, like even for me. I'm just gonna go with like neutral. I think deeply about things, 150%. So one thing that your boy is extremely guilty of is overthinking. Like, I can't even count the amount of time that overthinking literally killed me. So this is also another aspect of me that I'm trying to improve. So hopefully it will get better. I'm prepared for any disaster. Speaking of disaster, I mean, right now all of us are actually facing a disaster. So prepare. Probably. But if we are talking about natural disaster, then I think it is pretty unpreventable, or only preventable to a certain extent. So I won't go with like strongly accurate. So I'm just gonna go for like slightly accurate. It's important for me to avoid pain and suffering at all times. Like, honestly, who enjoys like, you know, pain, sadness and like bitterness? Maybe some psychopaths out there, but not your boy, man. Your boy literally is someone who hates suffering. But still, I'm a really strong believer that pain and suffering and getting out of your comfort zone is the only way where you experience true growth. So without pain and suffering, you know, honestly, you never ever grow, and that is something that I do not want to achieve in life, because every day is a new day to improve. So at times, pain and suffering is really unavoidable, and it is really only there as your best teachers to serve as a medium to guide you through this phase for you to become a stronger version of myself. So I'm gonna go with slightly inaccurate. So there are certain kind of pain and suffering which, you know, you want to avoid, like toxic relationships, you know, that are causing you pain and suffering. Then yeah, so I'm just gonna go with a slightly inaccurate for this one. I seek out experiences that I know will make me feel happy or excited. So I'm gonna go with accurate for this one. So if there's anything that I can try that will make me really happy or really excited, then I'm the kind of person that likes trying and doing different things. So 150%. I see the positive in every situation. Ha 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 ha. So at times I can be pretty optimistic, but at other times maybe not too much. So I'm gonna go with a neutral for this. I'm not afraid to tell someone when I think they are wrong, 150%. If you're friends with me, then you know your boy is literally straight freaking forward. So if you're doing something that kind of pisses me off, then I'll literally tell you straight to your face. Like maybe not in a really direct way, but I will try to make it as clear to you as possible in the most indirect way possible. So 150%. Oh my gosh, how many pages are there? Oh, what the hell? We are only at page number 1? Okay, so we are gonna speed things up now. I let other people make the decisions. Well, I'm gonna go with a neutral for this because at times when it is time for me to make a decision, because it is something that will affect my future, then I'll definitely be the one making the decisions. But if it is something that don't really affect my well-being, then I honestly don't mind letting others have the chance to do the decisions. Man, we are only at page 2. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got this. I appreciate having rules that people are expected to follow. I'm kind of not really the kind of rule kind of person, so rules are meant to be broken. Maybe not, but I feel that rules at times are pretty important, especially to maintain order in this world, because without proper rules and regulations, then the world that we are living in today will probably be freaking chaotic. But at the same time, there are many rules that are pretty dumb, so it really depends. I'm gonna go with neutral for this one. I'm concerned about security more than anything else. Not really. I mean, security to me is pretty important, but not the thing that I'm most concerned of, to be honest. So I'm gonna go with like slightly inaccurate, because there's always some room for security, so I don't see why not. I think a lot about what will happen in the future, 150% accurate, because you know your boy is literally an overthinker, so definitely I don't fit in with ordinary people. Nope, I pretty much fit in with anybody. So despite being the introvert that I am, I kind of have the kind of like talent to analyze someone else's frequency. So I'm gonna go with strongly inaccurate. There's rarely a good reason for changing how things are done. I'm gonna have to disagree with this one because I feel that things always happen for a reason, so inaccurate. I always finish my chores. I'm gonna go with like neutral for this because the one bad thing about Daryl is that he always lets his emotions lead him through the day. So that is honestly something that is really awful. I'm still trying to work on it. So on good days, yes. On bad days, I'll try to. I'm always trying to be a better person. 150%, man. So every day to me is an improvement. I'm always trying to be the best person that I can become, you know, becoming the best version of myself. But you know, there will be days where you are not doing the best that you can. So the most important thing is to be consistent with the progress. So yeah, 100%, man. I check carefully for mistakes and errors. I'm gonna go with slightly accurate for this. I like to be around people who I can help. Yep, that is true. That is freaking true, to be honest. So I don't know why, but when a friend of mine that is in trouble or something, you know, when I'm able to give them the advice that they want to hear, or the advice that is best for them, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I feel really like untouchable, I guess. So the satisfaction that I get for helping other people is, you know, so it is basically just passing positive vibes to someone else, and in return you get the same. So 150%. I like to feel that I'm an important person in my social group. Yeah, pretty much. Not really, but yeah, it is important to me to be successful. Oh, 150%. So success to me is not necessarily something that is tangible. It can be something as simple and non-tangible as, like, you know, happiness, love from somebody else that is important to you. So definitely the organizations I belong to would not function well without me. So I'm currently not under any organizations, so I kind of value myself and the skills that I have, so I'll go with slightly accurate for this. I often feel overtaken by my emotions. Oh my gosh, this is 150% accurate, but I think I'm gonna go with slightly accurate because at times, even though I'm a person that, you know, has a little bit of difficulty in controlling my emotions, but I don't know why, at the end of the day, it is still somewhat controllable to a certain extent. So, yep, I've always felt different from other people. I'm gonna go with strongly accurate for this one because not like there's a need for me to fit into society's standard, but I always feel that people don't really understand my thinking, so that kind of makes me feel pretty different from other people. So accurate, baby. I like to analyze things from every angle. Oh, for sure, man. 150%. In fact, way too much. Typical overthinking Daryl. I always have a plan for what I would do if things go wrong. Yes, 150%. I avoid situations that bring up negative feelings. So I don't mind feeling the kind of like negative feelings because sometimes it is the negativity that breeds the positivity. Oh my gosh. Deeper than the Pacific Ocean. So I'm gonna go with slightly accurate for this because I guess I'm just gonna go with a neutral. I seek excitement. What kind of excitement? But yeah, you know, who doesn't want a little bit of excitement and spice in life, man? Yeah, totally. So much for this quiz being like 10 minutes. I'm good at seeing the bright side of things when others complain. 150%. I do not hesitate to call people out when they are behaving badly. So I'm honestly the kind of person that really hates public nuisance, but I'm not the kind of person that will like just stand up. What the hell are you doing? Like, you know, your boy is literally not the kind of person. So I'll probably just like, you know, do my own things and just ignore what is happening. So inaccurate. I go along with what other people want. Not really. You know, your boy is kind of a selfish person. I mean, everybody is, but the difference is how much. So most of the time I go with my own opinion, but at times I do go along with what other people want. I think I'm gonna change this to like neutral because this is like a 50-50 kind of thing, especially if it is like a relationship or like friendship kind of thing. So I feel that this is kind of a give and take kind of situation. So neutral it shall be. People should follow the rules instead of doing what they feel like doing. I'm gonna go with neutral for this because depending on what the person is doing, sometimes it is really important to follow the rules and regulations, and other times rules and regulations are honestly just pretty dumb. So neutral. I seek out relationships that offer me some type of protection. Protection? Protection? Probably not. I can clearly visualize what could happen in the future to some extent. But honestly, who can clearly visualize every single thing that's gonna happen in the future? Average people often find me a bit weird. Kinda. So there are times whereby I always get the question like why are you doing that? So I won't go into detail over here because I really want to keep this video as short as possible, but yeah. I like to do things as I've always done them. So yeah, pretty much. I really love being in the comfort zone and just doing the same thing over and over again. I persist until a task is done. I'm gonna go with neutral for this, but most of the time I'm kind of able to achieve the task that I plan. So, okay. I spend time trying to discover and correct my faults and weaknesses. 150%. I hold myself to very high standards. Yes. I'm a natural caretaker. Slightly accurate. I want people to admire me. Slightly accurate. I want to achieve a lot in my life. 150%. If I'm honest, I feel like I am a bit better than other people. Man, this is something that is maybe just a little bit. Oopsie. I mean, since this is like a personality test, so I honestly want to be as honest as possible to y'all. So I feel a deep sense of grief for what I've lost. Wow, this really got me thinking. Stop overthinking, Daryl. Feel a deep sense of grief for what I've lost. Kind of, I should say. I'm an unusual sort of person. Pretty much. I take time to understand things more deeply than most people do. 150%. In fact, way too much time. It's important for me to be prepared for any emergency. Yep. I distract myself from any sad feelings that arise. 150%. Sad music all day, every day. I often make changes in my life when things get boring. Pretty much. I tend to be more optimistic than most people. It depends on the situation. I'm gonna go with slightly accurate. I tell people what I think even if it is hard to hear. Not really, unless it is something that is really important. If not, I'll probably just like keep it to myself. I would rather follow the group than push for what I want. If there's something that your boy wants, you'll literally go all out 150% to get it. So, strongly inaccurate. I feel most comfortable in organizations with a clear hierarchy. I honestly really hate organizations that are really authoritative. So, no way. I take measures to protect myself and my loved ones from harm. A little bit. I make plans for many years into the future. Yep, little bit. I'm an unusually unique person. Yeah, oh boy, 150%. I dislike trying new methods or procedures. Not really. I focus on my responsibilities and duties. Kind of. I read books that help me be more productive or better at what I do. 150%, because if you go to my bookshelf, 95% of the books that I read is literally under the self-help genre, but completing the book is another thing, so I'm gonna go with slightly accurate on this one. I put a lot of pressure on myself to do things right. Yeah, 150%, which is why your boy is always feeling sad and depressed 24/7 of the time. I take the initiative to help other people and make their lives easier. Not really the kind of initiative kind of person, so neutral. I mean, deep down I want to, but I'm pretty lazy to take the initiative. But if it's something that is important, then definitely. So I'm gonna go with maybe slightly accurate for this. I put in the effort to make a good impression on other people. Kinda. First impression is the most important impression. I set ambitious goals for myself, way too ambitious. I am an important member of my social groups. I guess this is not for me to judge, but I guess your boy ain't got any friends. But I guess pretty important. We're gonna be done, just a little bit more. I can describe my emotions in a lot of depth and detail, 150%. I often feel like an outsider. Not really, nope. I find my mind to be a very interesting place, 150%, because at times I often question my thoughts and like, what the hell am I thinking? So yep, I'm always aware of what can go wrong in a situation. Not always, but most of the time, yes. I have many ways of avoiding situations that get me down. Man, your boy is literally the king of avoiding undesirable situations, but at the same time, you know, he still wants to experience it because he wants to grow and be a better person of himself. So I'm gonna go with strongly accurate for this. I'm always up for a new adventure. Yep, pretty much. I believe that things usually work out for the best. Yeah, everything happens for a reason. I stand up for what I believe in, even if it upsets other people. I often don't air out my opinions unless the situation that I'm in is really crucial for me to. So slightly accurate, I let other people take the lead. Yep, 150%, because your boy is too freaking lazy to like make plans, and you know, but when it's my time to lead, then your boy literally will go all out. So yeah, I dislike people who disrupt things by breaking the rules. If they are disrupting things, then yeah, I make alliances with people who can help me stay safe and secure. Yep, I'm often looking ahead toward what is coming next. Yep, I have different interests than most people. Kinda, but not really, so I'm gonna go with like slightly accurate for this. The traditional way of doing things is the best way. Nope, sorry, your boy is literally not a traditional kind of person, so nope. There's no best way in life, only the decisions and the directions that you choose that will make the way the best way. Oh my gosh, man, deep. I'm a responsible and reliable person. I'm pretty reliable but not really responsible, so neutral. I have a lot of plans for how I can improve myself. Pretty much. I make sure that even small details are correct, 150%. I enjoy caring for others and their needs. Yep, pretty much. I want to be a person that others can look up to. Yep. I push myself to succeed a little bit. Finally, we are at the last freaking page. I make important contributions to my community. Your boy do not have any community. How sad. So nope. I rarely have strong emotions. Nope. I always have super strong emotions, so definitely strongly inaccurate. I feel I never truly belong in social groups. Neutral. I want to learn as much as I can about how the world works, 150%. It's important for me to understand what can go wrong in a situation. Yep. I take steps to ensure I don't feel sad or lonely. Yep. Trying new things keeps life interesting, for sure. I'm an upbeat person. A little bit. I'm unusually the one to take a stand when others won't. Yes. Other people have stronger opinions than I do. Not much, to be honest. Everyone has a role to play in society and a duty to do their best. Yep. I'm concerned with protecting what I have. Yep. I have a good sense of what my future holds, maybe a little bit. I'm an average person with ordinary likes and dislikes. No, I'm pretty eccentric, so I try new ways of doing things just to see if they will work. Yup, 150%. Plan A doesn't work, Plan B doesn't work, and there are blah 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 remaining alphabets for you to try. So your boy can't even remember how many alphabets there are. I have a great deal of willpower. A little bit. Self-improvement is a major interest of mine, 150%. Let's do it! get my results. So I'm pretty curious to see if my guess of being a peacemaker is like right. So hurry up y'all, make your guesses. Out of the 9 types, what do you think your boy will get? Come on. Let me hear your answer. The graph below shows how you scored for each of the 9 types on enneagram. Enneagram indicates you score larger, being a better personality. The type is number 7. Your primary type is 7. So what is 7? In this section, we'll dive deep into the 7 profile to understand how it drives your core emotions, fears, and desires, as well as how it impacts your... So, even your boy made the wrong guess. It turns out that I'm not the peacemaker that I should be. Instead, I'm the enthusiast. Enthusiast. Type 7 is described as the enthusiast. 7s want to have as much fun and adventure as possible and are easily bored. Pretty much. What makes you unique? Although your enneagram type explains a great deal about you, it doesn't explain everything. In this section, we'll look at the traits that are unique to you, both those traits that can be used as super strengths and those which may be holding you back. Below, you'll find information on your top 3 traits you can harness as your personal superpowers, and the top 3 traits which may be stopping you from achieving what you desire. One important thing to remember is that personality traits are never all good or all bad. Every trait has its possible benefits and potential downsides. It's all in how you use it. Your top 3 personality superpowers. Which of your personality traits are your biggest assets? We all have blah 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 analyses. You wouldn't dream of doing something without thinking it through. And you typically have a deeper understanding of the situation than the people around you, simply because you take the time to really think about it. While you may sometimes be accused of overthinking, 150%. Okay, so I gotta say that this test is pretty accurate. So anyways, your boy is type number 7, enthusiast. So thank you for watching this video. If you guys are interested, then go ahead and do it and let me know your results. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.